going on? Oh, it's her and him looking up at the stars again. Maybe this is like a montage of after that day. She's giving him a note, and Misha's looking at them from the doorway. Oh, look at her face. She's getting jealous. She's jealous. So that's how they're communicating. They're writing back and forth. Misha's definitely getting jealous. I saw that look. Her hair color changed. It was green right there, and it's blue normally. Oh, Act 2, learning to read. So I made some right choices, and I made it to Act 2. Because if you make the wrong choices, you never even get to Act 2. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, the next morning I recall what a perfect night last night was. So much that I can't stop thinking about it. Oh, so this is just the next day. It's probably not the most appropriate time to reminisce since I have the test first period. Ah, it's so unfair. How can they do this? They hold a festival that's the culmination of what has to be at least a few weeks' worth of work on a Sunday, and then follow up with exams starting the very next morning? Excuse me, I hiccuped. It's got to be some kind of sick joke. I'm not too worried about it, but I wonder if they really could have held off on this for at least another week. Well, at least the weather this morning's nice enough that I can study outside before class. Wow, I thought the game was going to be over, guys, but it's a whole nother chapter. This is great, because the other one ended so quickly. I didn't even realize that the game was going to be even this long. This is awesome. It's a lot more refreshing out there than it would be in the classroom, not to mention how quiet it is. I'm starting to think that everyone else will be sleeping in pretty late today. I put down the notes I'm reviewing for a second and stare out at the school grounds, still littered with festival stalls. Looking at them now in the daytime without paper lanterns or crowds of people to draw my attention away from them, I noticed something peculiar. A lot of the stalls that Shizune, Misha, and I visited last night also happened to be the ones that we worked on. That's cute. Did Suzune come up with this? It had to be intentional, especially knowing her. Did she hope that I would catch on and see the fruit of our labors? I hear footsteps crunching in the grass behind me and turn around. I feel slightly paranoid, but all I find is Shizune standing there with an innocuous look on her face. Good morning. Why do I keep forgetting that she can't hear me? It's probably because I've gotten so used to Misha translating for both of us that I haven't actually run into many situations where I was forced to acknowledge Shizune's deafness and the problems that could stem from it. I think yesterday was the first. I give her a wave anyway. I can do at least this much, but I'm not even going to pretend for a minute that I could hold up a conversation with her, considering my ignorance of sign language. Would it be rude to go back to my notes? I don't really know what else I could do. Where's Misha? Not just because I can't understand you. You two are always together anyway, so I'm not used to seeing you apart. I know it's silly, but for some reason talking to her makes me feel less awkward. Surprisingly, she doesn't get mad at all. She starts signing, but it's different than usual. Shizune's hands move more slowly, and the gestures are simpler. I quickly realize that this isn't sign language at all, but she's still attempting to communicate with me. So this is the sign language equivalent of breaking it down into layman's terms? I'm terrified that if I attempt to gesticulate back, I'd look like a total dumbass. The look on Shizune's face tells me that she's starting to think that trying to have any kind of back and forth like this is not exactly the best way to accomplish things. There has to be a better way. Writing on a pad? Well, I do have paper and a pencil. What else, though? Cell phones? I really don't have much use for mine here, so I barely carry it around, and I don't know if Shizune even has one. She takes the initiative, holding up a finger to ask for a pause before pulling out a pad and pen from her bag and writing a single word on it. Hello. Aww! I stare blankly at her and receive a similar, but somehow more intimidating stare in response. She nudges the pad in my direction forcefully, clearly wanting me to reply. Good morning. Shizune beams with a disproportionate amount of happiness. She starts twirling her pen triumphantly as she thinks about where to go from here. Oh, come on, it's not like we just invented fire. Suzune pushes her glasses curtly, as if she had heard me, and then starts writing at a furious pace. Use the notepad. Right. She's like, you dumbass. I'm confused. Am I supposed to take it from her and write okay now? This is about the furthest along I can imagine from a smooth flowing conversation. It makes me envy the ease with which Misha is able to communicate with Shizune. Are you studying for the test? I'm pretty sure I can get away with answering a simple yes or no questions like this with nods. You are here very early. Most people sleep in late after the festival. That means you're abnormal. Ha ha! Is that so? You're here too. Before handing that response back to her, though, I remember what I'd noticed earlier and add, yesterday was fun. I noticed today that I built a lot of stalls that we went to. Maybe that's why they were so familiar. Was this another game? She shakes her head from side to side indignantly. No tricks. I thought that because you had made those stalls, they were the most important ones. We had to visit them because everyone should be able to appreciate the fruits of their labors. I wanted you to be able to see that and enjoy what you had done. I'm sort of touched. Still, I have to wonder why she would go out of her way, and I asked as much in my response. Because you were depressed? Aw. I wanted to say that I was depressed for days, but stop. It's true. I was moping quite a bit, and not being too subtle about it half the time either, so it's possible that she knew. Was everything she did just to cheer me up then? Thanks. I mumble it before I catch myself, but Shizune doesn't seem to care. Can't this girl read lips at all? Come on, you can't see when someone says thank you? I don't know much sign language, but I can read someone's lips when they say thank you. I write it down instead, and she nods once, as if unused to it. The silence between us grows more vast with each passing second, and there's nothing I can do to break it. Having to write everything down on paper kind of destroys any hope of trying to be casual. Good luck on the exam. Suzune pushes the pad right in front of my eyes, breaking my concentration, taking the initiative again, as always. As she walks into the school building, I can't help feeling a little sad. That felt like the longest 20 minutes of my life, all because it's so alien to me to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody by passing notes to each other that I can't help coming up blank most of the time. It makes me want to learn sign language. That's easier said than done. Although in a school like Yamaku, they might very well have sign language classes. In that case, there would be little reason not to pursue this. The only person I can think of to ask at the moment is Misha. How badly do I want to know this? There's two options. Wait until after class, or go look for her now. I guess I'll go now, but I'm not certain where she is. My best bet would be to start searching for her in the girls' dorm, though. Although, after all, if she wasn't with Shizune, that's probably the only place where she would be. A guy casually prowling around the girls' dorm early in the morning is unacceptable, but asking Misha about sign language classes in front of Shizune would just be unthinkable. She has to come to school sometime. After all, we're in the same class, so she too has to take this test. If I wait here, I'll be sure to see her sooner or later. I just hope she doesn't walk past me while I'm flipping through my notes. It turns out to be a pretty long wait. As students file into the school, I wonder if Misha is going to be late. Eventually, I catch sight of her. While she bounces across the grounds, it hits me that I'd have to be blind to miss her with her incredibly distinctive hair. Hi, Hick-chan! Good morning! Morning. I don't have a lot of time left before class starts, so I cut directly to the chase. Hey, can I ask you a question? A question? Okay, Hick-chan. Sure. I have time, but only because I'm late. What does that mean? Haha! I should have woken up earlier, but I was so tired. If I had, I would have to study, but since I didn't, it won't hurt. What is it, Hick-chan? Well, there are sign language classes here, right? Yup, they're electives. Why do you want to know, Hick-chan? For some reason, that question briefly makes me panic. No reason. It sounds interesting, but I guess it's too late to sign up now, right? I'm not exactly being too subtle here. But Misha never seems to pick up on things like that anyways, so I'm probably being more cautious than necessary. Huh? Oh well, Hick-chan, I heard there are fewer and fewer students taking sign language every year. So, if you want to, I'm sure they'll let you in. Are you thinking of learning sign language, Hick-chan? Yeah. If you learn sign language, Hick-chan, that would make Shik-chan really happy. If you want, we can go to the teacher's office after school. They'll probably let you in. That would be great. Don't tell Shizune that I want to learn, though. Why not? So it can be a surprise. Besides, it'll look bad if you tell her this morning, and then I find out in the afternoon that I can't take the classes. Ah, you're right, Hick-chan. Still, this will be hard. It's such good news. I'm in the student council, so I might as well try learning it, even if it's just the basics. It'd be a step up from nothing. Besides, Shizune and I can't keep relaying everything through you, as if you were a phone or something, right? I think she likes doing it, though. Wahahaha! You're right, Hick-chan! The bell rings to signal the start of first period, cutting our conversation short. I guess I'll just ask a teacher after classes are through. Her reaction was a little strange, but I forget about it as the day goes on. Well, that's the end of that chapter. Katawa Shoujo. Katawa Shoujo. Katawa Shoujo. Okay, guys, I've been reading for like almost 4 hours, so I'm going to take a break. And I don't know if I'm going to come back or not. I'm sorry. I probably will. What time is it? I don't know. Anyways, if you guys want to catch up with the story, or if you want to start over again, or from anywhere else, go to my YouTube channel, Domination Gaming Channel, and you'll be able to see the story there. I'm about to upload it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you guys. And when I do come back, if it's later tonight or tomorrow, I will do a couple more hours. So we'll be able to get more of the story. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later.